This might be one of the funniest R-cubers, cube leaks, potential accidental cube leaks that I've ever seen. Just the other day I was railing about how R-cubers is just kind of like, it's boring. It's like real good if you're brand new, but if you've been cubing for more than 20 minutes, it's probably not that interesting. But let me take you through the story of how this all developed this morning and how I ended up finding this post and chatting to the original poster and all this kind of stuff. So, picture the scene. I'm having a coffee this morning. Kids are in the process of waking up and smashing breakfast, and a notification pops up on my phone. Honest recipe posted in new cubes. Let me show you it. It says, so WTF, everyone go to R-cubers for Gan Square-1 interrogation. And I was like, Gan Square-1? Hello? What's going on? So obviously I had to check it out. I haven't even had time to turn my light on before talking about this, eh? I had to go and check it out. It says, it's a post in R-cubers. It says, has anyone else had popping issues with their Gan Square-1? I'm sorry. Here's the post on R-cubers. 5 hours ago at the time of recording this. This is Benjamin147 is the original poster. Has anyone else had popping issues with their Gan Square-1? This doesn't happen often with mine, but I feel like I'm going to break it trying to put the edges back in. For those of you who don't know, the Gan Square-1 has been in development, I don't know, it's been talked about for like 4 years. It's been in active prototype stage as far as I can tell for about the last like maybe 12 or 18 months. I've made, I don't know, like 4 videos on it. It is currently unreleased. It's not on pre-order anywhere. You cannot get this cube. What's going on here? What is happening? It looks very much like a Gan Square-1. It's UV coated. These are very Gan looking magnet capsules. It has the Gan hex texture on the inside of the pieces here. As far as anyone can tell, this is legitimately a Gan Square-1 prototype that has ended up in the hands of our friend Benjamin147 here. The story gets even crazier. We'll have a look at all the comments on this in a second, but I'm going to boil it down for you. Essentially, the original poster is claiming that they swapped, Benjamin, I'm going to assume he swapped this cube for a stanky old RS3M that he no longer needed. Excuse me? How is that possible? How is it that somebody... So I think then, I'm assuming, going on that information, that he didn't trade this with Rasmus. Because what does Rasmus want with a stanky old RS3M? By original poster's own admission, it was a stanky old RS3M. I'm not hating on the RS3M. Love that cube. Everyone does. But anyway, that is what has occurred. This person has ended up with a Gan Square-1 and is just posting about it on R-cubers like it's any old other Square-1. Like, it's no big deal. Like, everyone should know about this cube and people might be able to help them with their popping issues. Okay, what? Absolutely fascinating. Now, they also go on to say that they traded it at a competition and they weren't the only person there with a Gan Square-1. That's also unusual. I want to know which competition this was. I want so much more information about this. But on the surface, it seems real. It seems believable. We'll have a look at the OP's post history as well and just break down what they're up to a little bit more. And you can decide if this is real or not. Comment below. Is this real? Is this faked? You know what I mean? Did they really trade this at a competition for a skanky old Moyu RS3M? Let's take a look at the comments here. So Honest Recipe and Real Uncle Frank, two people whose posts I've looked at on videos before, are obviously all over this. In fact, it was Honest Recipe who posted in New Cubes telling all of us to go over there and check this out. So here we go. Honest Recipe. This doesn't happen often with mine. Bro has more than one Gan Square-1 when it's not even released yet. I don't know where Honest Recipe got multiples anyway. But then OP says, y'all are pulling my leg. I saw another guy with one at the comp where I got it. Honest Recipe, I'm sorry, we will have to interrogate you. Happily interrogate. And yeah, no, we're not. We knew it was coming because several people have had a prototype GAN sent to them directly, but no cube shop I see has it yet. Not even for pre-order, not even the Chinese shops. This cube is so far away from release. It's unbelievable that this person has got one. And this is me just saying this is the best post I've ever read on this sub. And I demanded that they disassemble it and send pics. This will go down in history as the greatest hardware leak ever. Honest Recipe, Cubecast it. This deserves its own video. Hey, I'm making that video right now. Whoa, this is pretty meta. Gan has already been sending prototypes out to a few people for a while. We know this. Anyone who's watched my videos know this. Rasmus has had one for a while, but wasn't allowed to mention it till one of his recent videos where he used it in a comp with a Gan logo on it. And we know this about Gan from talking about the 4x4, from talking about the Gan 16 prototype. We know from talking to Timon and talking to Matty that they are embargoed on talking about GAN releases during the prototype stage. We do know that to be a fact. This person, R, said, am I missing something? What's so good about this post to make it the best? It's just a guy asking about popped edges on a Square-1. No, young friend. Sweet summer child. It's an unreleased Gan Square-1 which has been shrouded in secrecy for like 18 months. Alright, Mike with the hyperbole. The fact that OP managed to get their hands on a prototype without releasing is kind of funny. And then here's Honest Recipe. 4 years since they mentioned it. 4-year new Square-1 hardware drought, and GAN sponsors aren't allowed to talk about the cube much, and OP is not a GAN sponsor. So if this is real, we have someone with a GAN prototype Square-1 who is not embargoed. They're allowed to talk about it. They have it. They shouldn't really have it, but there's nothing to say they can't talk about it, right? Half unlimited. Doesn't matter. Send photos of the piece design now. OP doesn't want to take it apart. Honest Recipe, why don't you want to take it apart? It's only something we've waited for about 6 years. More hyperbole. Gan didn't send it to you and you traded it with some random kid. So if you send photos, you aren't held accountable. That's what I'm saying, right? Gan probably won't care at this point. I feel like the Square-1 has to be coming out this year. It has to be coming soon. Last time I tried it took 5 minutes because of the Gan 12 dual adjustment system is a pain to take off. That maybe to me suggests that this is an older prototype, not the latest prototype, which makes sense as to why someone would trade it away, I suppose. I'm fairly certain that this is a newer adjustment system. Honest Recipe saying like the 14 and 15. That's, I think, the last information we got. Was it Chris Mills when we spoke to Chris Mills, who again is not a GAN sponsoree, so was allowed to talk to us about it after GAN SSL. I'm pretty sure he told us that there was a 14 or 15 adjustment system in it. Here's OP now. I just traded it with some kid, lol, wanted to get my garbage RS3M off my hands. Crazy trade. If you swapped an RS3M for a Gan Square-1 prototype, that's wild. Honest Recipe, is there some kind of Gan Square-1 prototype market going on? Please tell me, I need one. The issue with the Squan might be that it's an early prototype and that's why the kid traded with you. I believe that, potentially. How much are you trying to pay, says OP. It's fine, you have it, keep it, but I'm sure other people will want it. I'm here to represent the R New Cubes community as we're desperate for Gan Squan info. As long as you send us some pics, we'll be happy. This is a valid question. Who TF would trade an RS3M for a rare prototype, probably quite expensive Square-1? To the right person. Honest Recipe, if they have better prototypes. I think that this is an older prototype, probably. A prototype is a once-off. It's rarer than the mass-produced versions, hence being worth more to some people. You could even get someone to pay you for pictures of the mechanism, lol. I can't afford to pay for pictures, but I asked OP to send me some. We might get OP on the podcast at some point, maybe. I think that might be quite fun. And then this person, wait, what? GAN has a Squan? Good question. No, they don't. Okay. Again, Real Uncle Frank and Honest Recipe are doing the big work in here with the corrections. Ader, dude, it looks like you don't even know what cube you have. I'm sure people would pay good money to get it out of your hands. Again, since when does GAN have a Square-1? Plot twist, it's just an MGC, not a Squan. That was kind of like, that's a sarcasm post, and that's what we were talking about a few months back when we were just like, I don't know, is this again? Bro's just flexing up. Now, this is an interesting one, and I haven't been able to find any evidence of this. Powerful Way 6531, if you can provide any evidence of this, I would love to see it, because I can't see any on OP's post history. Bro's just flexing at this point. Rasmus already told you to corner cut and it'll fix it, like 4 days ago. Corner cut and it'll fix it, sir? BB just saying mine pops a lot. That's flex. I don't believe this. New Diane Squan is a lot better. Diane Squan, is he talking about the Scube? That's about it on the post. Okay, that's about all we've got on the post. Then we take a look at this is going to take me a second to find all this, because I've been looking through this user's post history. All of this is comments about the post they've posted today. They also posted one day ago. Well, no, they didn't. They commented on someone's post who had one of the More Try promo cubes. So there's clearly a trade in rare cubes happening in, I think, the US is where OP is. Then we look further down the post here, and there was this person, I think, is a collector, because they're commenting in posts in r/cube trades, like sort of older, rarer GANs. That is what's making me believe that this might not be real. This person might know what they're doing and posting the Gan Square and being like, oh guys, I've got a pop. Oh no, what's going on? They also posted in RCubers 2 months ago. They commented in RCubers 2 months ago, I have more scubes than any other cube. I have 31 scubes in total, 16 of which are Gan scubes. Okay, so we're sitting on, what, $1,000 worth of Gan scubes. I can't really see anything else in here, except that they mentioned somewhere that they cut stickers. Here we go. This is on a post in RCubers. I design and cut my own stickers. So this is a person who is kind of deep in the game. They're cutting their own stickers. They're designing their own stickers. But that's about all the information I can see. Okay, so taking it right back to the beginning, OP has claimed that they traded a rubbish old MoUR S3M for a Gan Square-1 prototype. I believe it to be an early version, because they're talking about it having a Gan 12 dual adjustment system. Whether they've mistaken that for the Gan 14 system, which I'm pretty sure we saw in the prototype in China. Comment below, everyone. What do you think is going on here? Is this a real post, first of all? Did this person really not know that they had a very, very rare Gan Square-1 prototype? I guess that's the question. I think there was another question, but I can't remember what it was. Is this for real? Does this person know what they're doing, or are they just trolling? You know what I mean? Regardless, I am in touch with the original poster. I haven't heard back from them yet after I asked for photos. They have offered to come on the podcast, but I don't know who they are, so I don't know. I'm not going to say yes to that immediately. Interesting. Hey, everyone. Bit of fun for a Thursday morning here in New Zealand. I'm not streaming today. I stream every week, Cubecast. We have a couple of hours of solving cubes and then talking about cube videos, cube hardware, all sorts of stuff. Big news is we've got Felix Zemdegs coming on the podcast tomorrow for Big Yaps. If you like videos just talking about cube hardware and just cubing in general, then do give us a like and subscribe. And I release videos basically every single day. And I stream once a week as well, right here on YouTube. It's all here. It's all happening. Like and subscribe, everyone. Until next time, have fun, solve cubes.